Hello everybody, my name is Sniper Spawn and I welcome you all back to my next video presented to all of you here on YouTube. This video is going to basically be a quick little continuational part to my video from yesterday, giving my thoughts on the Nintendo presentation for the Nintendo Switch on January 12th. Basically, I gave my thoughts on the entire presentation on that video, went about the games announced and so on and so forth. In this video, I basically wanted to do a continuational part on that, sort of, in some sense, talking about Nintendo Switch games, and quite frankly, it's going to be what Nintendo Switch games I'm most looking forward to actually playing. Now, originally when I wanted to do this video, it was going to be a top 10 list, like my normal top 10 lists lately, all that detailed, part 1, part 2, or a quick one or so. And I'm like, no, that'd be way too much work, and I want to make this quick and small and just get my information out to you guys just so you can kind of get it. That's really about it. And quite frankly, when I looked down a list of what games were at launch, just quite frankly what games were announced so far, I basically was like, okay, I'm going to do like 5, 10, whatever, and quite frankly, when I looked down a list and how many games I was super interested in, I came up with 15 games. So this list right here is going to be the 15 Switch games that I am most looking forward to playing so far. Let's get started. Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's going to be a really good game. I really they hyped it up with the trailer and the Zelda and the crying and the emotion. It looks a lot like Miyazaki, like a Nausicaa movie. Looks like a really like a Ghibli movie, like Nausicaa Valley of the Wind, which quite frankly the art for the logo actually looks a lot like that too, and I'm really looking forward to it. Now, I'm looking more forward to actually playing it on the Wii U because that's where I have it pre-ordered, because I'm not getting the Switch right away. Am I way well? I might still get the Switch version of, Breath of the Wild, but it's not something I'm majorly looking forward to on that system. It's something I'm majorly looking forward to in general because I'm going to be getting the Wii U in 2 months. But overall, the Switch version, I might eventually get down the line, but I'm not fully sure yet. I just really want to play it because it looks really fun, really good, and they really hyped me up with this latest trailer. I was hyped before. This latest trailer really brought it home. The next game is going to be Super Bomberman R. Now, when it comes to Bomberman in general, I do really love the Bomberman franchise. I don't know if I've ever stated that before my videos. I used to have Super Bomberman or whatever on the Super Nintendo. It was a really, really fun game. I always would play with my cousin Erica, and I loved doing the single player stage and multiplayer and the music and everything. I have played one of the N64 games and get Bomberman here and there. I just love how frantic the multiplayer could be. This game looks really good, especially with how many players you can get playing it. And I'm quite frankly looking forward to it because we haven't seen a Bomberman game in so freaking long. Konami just totally almost killed that franchise, and now we're bringing it back. So I'm really glad to actually see that, and I'm really looking forward to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I have Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. It's a really, really, really fun game, and it's probably one of my favorite Mario Kart games in general. An updated version of that with some extra stuff in it, like Bowser Jr. and King Boom, the Inklings and whatnot. It would be pretty fun. I'm still looking forward to, and hopefully down the line, Mario Kart 9, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe would be a good start, I think, to have that game on the Switch. The new game ARMS, it does look pretty fun. It's not like something I'm really looking forward to, but it's something that I think would be kind of fun too. It's just a motion controlled futuristic super springing like boxing game type thing. It looks pretty fun. Some interesting cool characters are going to come out of it, and it could be a future new big Nintendo IP like what Splatoon now has become. Speaking of Splatoon 2 I am really looking forward to because I really did enjoy the first one on the Wii U. It was a really fun game. Single player was nice and multiplayer was really awesome. It's something different from your typical first-person shooters or third-person shooters for that matter. And the characters are cool, and it just has a lot of interesting environments and art to it, and music, and everything about it was pretty interesting. I'm so glad to see them actually continuing it because it was like there was going to be a Splatoon game on it, but people were wondering if it was an update from the original or a sequel. It is officially a sequel, and I'm actually glad that I really don't want to see them update too many games. Now, Mario Kart 8 makes sense because eventually down the line we will see the Mario Kart 9 and whatnot, but at least Mario Kart 8 is big enough to bring, to give us at least a Mario Kart early on to make it tide us over for a future game. Fire Emblem Warriors. This, like you said, if you watch my video, I'm super, super, super hyped for this because I love the Fire Emblem franchise, and I quite frankly do love the Musou series, the Warriors franchise. I have been a fan of Dynasty Warriors since the third game. I did play the first one at some point in time, like a little bit, and that was originally a fighting game, and I have played a little bit of Dynasty Warriors 2 ever since Dynasty Warriors 3. I love Dynasty Warriors. I played Dynasty Warriors 4, 5, I kind of skipped 6 and 7. I do have played 8 on the PS3. It's a pretty fun game. and I have played the Samurai Warriors games 2, the original, and 2, and 3 I have on the Wii. It is a fun franchise. It might be very basic button mashing and stuff like that, but it is really, really fun. And quite frankly, Fire Emblem is a Nintendo franchise that really deserves that. You know, that kind of thing. It fits in so many. They just need to throw in all those characters, like I mentioned. Please don't make this super specific to certain games, Nintendo. This really needs to be something really big, showing the franchise entire love, because then we can finally maybe see some remakes or localizations and translations of some of the older games, which you really truly deserve and need. Super Mario Odyssey, it looks like a really, really, really fun Mario game. It's just crazy, like all the environments you can go in, and it's just like throwing the hat and everything. It's just in general going to be a pretty fun game. I can't really say much more to it besides that, because it's Mario and it looks really good. It reminds me a lot of like Mario 64 or Sunshine, and quite frankly, Galaxy to some extent, even though not as open, but you know, I love Galaxy a lot, and I love 64 and Sunshine to some extent, so this is going to be like that. It's going to be pretty much fun. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, because it's going to be a big RPG game. I love the original. I have yet to play X, and I still will get to play in it eventually, but I'm so glad to see them continuing it, because this franchise needs a lot more love, and it looks really good. I love my JRPGs. Disgaea 5 Complete. Now, I'm actually kind of surprised we finally got to see a return of Disgaea on Nintendo, and I was surprised. And when I couldn't tell that was what it was at first in the trailer, and I'm like, okay, there you go, Disgaea 5. And I'm really looking forward to it, because I have played some of the older ones, and I do really like the craziness of the series and tactical RPG stuff like that. Puyo Puyo Tetris, I've never really played anything Puyo Puyo, but I do love me some Tetris. Like, that's one of my favorite puzzle games of all time. I'm going to try that. Dragon Quest 11, because I'm starting to get into the Dragon Quest games a bit, and I do have some of the older ones. I haven't really beat any of them. I haven't really played a whole lot of them. I do own a couple on DS and PS2 and whatnot, and I want to give this a shot, as long as it's hopefully a main game, not online, which is the reason why I'm most looking forward to this one than 10. The Shin Megami Tensei game, because that's another fun RPG series. I haven't really played too much Shin Megami Tensei. I played a little more Persona, and even then I haven't played a whole lot of that. But it is an Atlas RPG series I want to get more into, now that they have more on Nintendo. There you go. The No More Heroes game. I forgot to mention this in my video description. I really love that series. Well, it's not confirmed to be No More Heroes, it's just a Travis Touchdown game, but quite frankly, we know it's going to be pretty much No More Heroes 3, and it's been like 7 years. I'm really looking forward to that, because I really love No More Heroes franchise, and I love a lot of stuff from Suda, even though I haven't played a whole lot of them. There is technically confirmed to be a Tales game, and I love the Tales. That's one of my favorite RPG franchise, like, you know, series besides Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. And I really love the Tales game. I'm so glad to see it finally coming back to Nintendo. It does not confirm what it's going to be. It's just that there's going to be a Tales game. I'm looking forward to that. And the Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers, because I love me some Street Fighter 2. It's one of my favorite Super Nintendo games of all time. And playing some of the updated versions, finally getting Violent Ken, Evil Ryu, Akuma, craziness. That's my 15 games, and I'm about 8 minutes right now. Hope you guys like this video. I didn't really describe them so much because I'm kind of on the clock right now. The time's probably about to end really soon on this phone. And I hope you guys liked it, and see you all in my next video. Stuck Fun, signing out.